The punch that almost broke Gervonta Davis. December 5th, 2021, Staples Center, Los Angeles. A packed arena, a roaring crowd. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, undefeated, explosive, expected to dominate, stepped in to defend his WBA lightweight title. Across the ring, Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, a last-minute fill-in, short on height, but stacked with grit. It looked like a routine title defense, until it wasn't. By the final bell, no one was asking how many rounds Cruz would survive. They were wondering if Tank had finally met his equal. This wasn't dominance, this was survival. For the first time in his career, Gervonta Davis looked vulnerable, and Pitbull Cruz earned more than respect. He shook the myth. By late 2021, Gervonta "Tank" Davis was riding high, undefeated, a 3-division world champion, 25 wins, 24 by knockout. He wasn't just winning, he was finishing careers. Fast hands, devastating power, and the swagger of a superstar. At just 27, Tank had headline pay-per-view cards and was being groomed as boxing's next global force. Fans didn't just expect wins, they expected knockouts.
To Davis, think he has a cut over the eye. Gervonta Davis piling up points. The crowd reacts to it and bombs away. Oh, and a couple big lefts and a right, and a left and a right. This could be a stoppage. Oh, Tank drops him. And some.
Davis, neither one of those any damage.
Yes.
It seems kind of awkward. And this one, he's not the one.
Some head movement, feinting. Garcia gets. There's a 3-plus down. In round 8. More punches from both fighters. Going to a right hand. There's a right uppercut by Davis. Oh, he's staggered Garcia. And it's over.
Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, meanwhile, was far from a household name. Short, stocky, aggressive, a 5'4" pressure fighter from Mexico City. He stepped in as a last-minute replacement after Rolando Romero was pulled from the bout. Cruz didn't have Tank's reach, hype, or resume, but what he lacked in spotlight, he made up for with relentless forward pressure and a granite chin. Most saw him as just another name on Tank's highlight reel, but Cruz didn't come to survive. He came to shock the world.
With their heads, you gotta be careful. Referee James Green gonna have his hands full as these two go at it close quarters and winding up to the left hook upstairs.
Vargas, 78 punches per round, 268 in order to go to the Olympics.
Uphanded Takashi Miura. When he won the title, he gained a title shot again in the last year. And again goes to the body. There again, lead left hook to the
big story in this fight.
Jab scores for Cruz.
Vargas has landed his best right hands and he just haven't moved Cruz.
Cruz unloading on Francisco Vargas and the fistic fireworks that we anticipated.
Going into the fight, Cruz had nothing to lose and everything to prove. He stepped in on just over a month's notice after Rolando Romero was pulled due to allegations, but that didn't shake him. If anything, it sharpened his focus. He doubled down on pressure sparring, leaned into his high-volume style, and promised fans he would bring the fight to Tank. No running, no backing down. Davis, on the other hand, looked calm, maybe too calm. On fight week, he brushed off Cruz as a smaller man with limited skills. Many believed it was just another payday, but behind the scenes, he was nursing a hand injury that would force him to fight one-handed down the stretch, something few realized until after the final bell. The stage was set, one fighter underestimated, one fighter physically compromised, and neither willing to give an inch. The opening round went just as expected. Tank Davis took the center, circling with calculated poise, looking to set up traps. Cruz, true to his name, came charging forward with relentless pressure, digging to the body early. It was clear Tank wasn't facing a typical opponent. Cruz didn't flinch, he didn't hesitate, and he sure as hell didn't back up. By round 2, Tank began to land cleaner shots, uppercuts, counters, check hooks off the back foot, but Cruz absorbed them and walked right through. Tank's face didn't show concern yet, but his corner knew this wasn't going to be a showcase. This was going to be a fight. To everyone's surprise, Cruz didn't fade. He got stronger. By the middle rounds, Pitbull was bulldozing forward, landing clean shots to the body, forcing Tank to move more than ever before. This wasn't the script. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. Tank, who had floored nearly everyone before him, couldn't dent Cruz. He landed sharp uppercuts and flush lefts. Cruz didn't blink. He just kept coming. The boxing world saw it. Tank was being pushed, physically, mentally. His power wasn't solving this puzzle. Cruz wasn't here to survive. He was here to take over. As the fight reached its midpoint, something became clear. Cruz wasn't fading. Tank, forced to adapt, began boxing more on the outside, using angles and speed to avoid the relentless pressure. His counter lefts landed with precision, but Cruz kept charging forward, shrugging off shots that would have dropped lesser men. From round 6 to 9, it was a chess match wrapped in chaos. Some had Tank edging the fight with cleaner shots. Others saw Cruz dictating the pace with forward aggression. Then came the championship rounds. Despite the pace, Cruz never took a step backwards. He pressed harder. The crowd was on edge. For the first time, Gervonta Davis, the knockout king, was forced to rely on skill, not power, to survive. Someone at ringside yelled, "He's slowing down!" But both men kept throwing until the final bell. When the final bell rang, the entire Staples Center rose to its feet. This wasn't the knockout showcase fans had expected. It was a war. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, despite the odds and the power he had faced, had taken Tank Davis to places no one else had. He forced Gervonta to dig deep, not just into his power, but into his heart and ring IQ. The judges delivered a unanimous decision. Davis, by a narrow margin. But even as Tank's hand was raised, his swollen hand and cautious smile told another story. It was survival. So, what do you think? Did Tank do enough to win, or did Cruz prove he was the real threat all along? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like if you respect both warriors, and don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you in the next round.